Hey guys, what is going on? It is Cruz Avi here and I welcome each and every one of you to a brand new video for our channel, The Guide. And today it's not gonna be a tutorial video but something different. As many of you guys probably saw, we as B3 Gaming or The Guide hosted the DraftStory Cup II together with TaktTV, which was an international tournament that kicked off the season of competitive FIFA, and we had a lot of international top tier players from all over the world participating in our tournament, with the unique twist that they didn't have unlocked accounts and just build their teams however they wanted to or use their usual FUT squads, but instead they were drafting their teams in the FUT Draft mode, and that's what made this tournament so unique. And we had a lot of interesting draft teams as well as intense gameplay, so what you're about to see is a VOD from the DraftStory Cup, which includes the draft and also the games, so enjoy the video. Please let us know if you guys enjoy this type of video and if you want to see more of the games from the DraftStory Cup. And with that said, let's get right into the draft.
And welcome back to the DraftStory Cup II here from Krefeld, Germany. We are awaiting the drafts for arguably the biggest game of the day. What's so funny, Dan Gaskin?
I'm excited for the biggest game of the day, Richard.
Between Gorilla and Shawrey.
Yeah,
Gorilla and Shawrey.
I can't wait for it. You know, you look at the landscape of where Shawrey was, what, last year, G20 Elite Series, got that contract from Hashtag, then got a re-extension for this year. He's going up against the world champion before the year's even started.
The Battle of Britain. Two of the best to do it at the moment in the scene, and honestly, I just hope they can score some goals because I'm ready for some. 240 minutes without goals. Now is the time that we're going to start to see some goals, I'm sure of it.
We're not ready for another 0-0 though, are we?
We are not in...
I will put...
No.
I'll do a deal with you, Brandon.
Go on.
If either of the games ends 0-0, I will PayPal you £20.
Okay.
What do you get if they're not?
I'm just that confident that we're going to see a goal.
You're going to PayPal him £20.
Yeah.
What do I get?
A hug.
I feel like this is
Treat to lunch.
bias. All right, well, the draft is underway then between these two. If you are new to the DraftStory Cup, it's called DraftStory Cup for a reason, because each player will draft their side in single-player draft, and then they will move that over to their accounts.
That is an unbelievable start for Shawrey.
Wow. Oh my God. Cristiano Ronaldo, Pele, Pirlo. I mean, is there more of a perfect start?
But then does it go downhill from now? Or
No.
not?
Nope, Linglet.
On the other side for Gorilla, three icons.
Dalglish,
And
Pirlo,
Varane.
Coleman. Both of these teams. Look at Gorilla's picks. Coleman,
Oh
Pirlo,
my God, and Van der
Dalglish.
Sar. This draft is just unreal for Shawrey. And he's got a smile on his face. You can tell he's happy with it.
I mean, you take Odriozola there, he's pretty OP.
And you can see both players still have two of their champion picks as well in this tournament. 3 champion picks were given to each player, which they could choose before the tournament started, and then you can use one of them in each round. So the entire group stage was a round. Hullet was used for Shawrey and Ronaldo was used for Gorilla. So now they're left with Eusebio and Hullet, or Eusebio and Ronaldo.
I'm going to say something very controversial. I think Gorilla's got a better team there so far.
I've been kind of just watching Shawrey's at the moment. Oh, he's got Mendy as well. I mean, that is ridiculous. All right, let me have a little look at Gorilla's team. You think?
Dalglish, Pirlo, Coleman, Van Dijk, Furland. I think he's got a few picks left.
I think Pele is so...
Ooh.
I'd rather Pele over Dalglish.
I just saw Gorilla didn't actually have Eusebio as one of his champion players. It was Cruyff
Oh, it's been switched.
and Shawrey has Vieira.
There we go. So there's the updated champion picks.
To be fair though, you know, if he did want to, I'm saying if he wanted to bring in R9, you know, in a scenario, who would he move around? Would he can't put Pele in centre mid, can he? He wouldn't do it, would he?
I don't think you use one. You might use Vieira, but
For Ronaldo?
Gini Wijnaldum and Pirlo is a good centre mid partnership.
Mohamed Salah, he needed someone out on that right hand side. I know Ken Wise, I don't know if he's going to be able to fit in. But there's still, what, so many subs for him to pick. We're nearly at 5 minutes left for this. They get 8 minutes to build this draft, and they can redraft. As you know, they can. You also use those champion pick for this round. Round of 16, this will be the third match of today.
Controversial little swap there, Dan. What are you thinking? Van der Sar out, Lloris in.
I mean, technically, he's a higher rated goalkeeper.
Lloris was good as well yesterday.
I think he's saying to himself, don't need to worry about that at the moment. He can pick and choose later on. Neymar on the bench as well.
No Kem, though. So it would be a super sub for Bernardeschi.
Of course, get involved in the chat. Let us know who you think has the stronger draft. If you would redraft as well at home. We want to hear from you guys in the chat. Predictions coming up soon as well for this matchup. Best of 3.
This is an unreal team that Shawrey's picking so far. You need to remember that the informs won't actually be informs in game. For example, Gini Wijnaldum is in form on draft, but his regular card will be used.
Yeah, the accounts players are using don't have the informs available to them. Same goes for Scream. Or any special cards that have been, any special items that have been introduced. Cancelo at right back would allow him to then put Salah in.
You take Ronaldo off full Kem then, though. Because Bernardeschi's getting the Piemonte Calcio link into Ronaldo.
Sure, he's been flying through this, though. You can tell he's happy with the draft, but just how quickly he's picking everything.
About that, I think he's finished picking everyone he needs other than a manager. He's already got 100 chemistry anyway.
It's a great team.
Over 187 at the moment on his draft. I'm sure he'll even go higher when he moves a few people around. He's got Neymar on his bench, Mohamed Salah as well, if he wants to sub him on at right midfield. He's got Mahrez as well.
On the other side of it, Gorilla, Cuadrado, Rabiot, Dalglish. Put Salah in now, Salah Coleman. Lo Celso for chemistry. Not a great bench, though.
He's got Dembele.
Ousmane Dembele, the only real... I think he's thinking Sergio Ramos, centre-back, and then maybe Coleman coming on at centre-mid.
Does Gorilla use Hullet in this game, maybe?
Potentially.
If he does, he could put Kante really in that CDM role.
Coleman DM is a great shout.
Has he got another centre-back option on the bench? He's got Ramos, 89.
Got Sergio Ramos.
I think both will stick. I don't think this is a redraft for either, personally.
Of course, do let us know in the chat. Redraft, or would you stick for either of these? Who has the better draft as well? You can see both players have got their respective coaches behind them as well. Zach Moore behind Gorilla. You got Wes Tanter as well from Hashtag United. Recording some sort of content. And
all about the content.
And helping him with his draft as well.
People saying redraft, Spenny. Would you redraft if you were Gorilla right now? What are you thinking? Is it deep in discussions with Zach Moore? Dan Gaskin. Redraft or no?
I don't think so.
Think it's a stick?
I think you've got a very solid defence. You've got some decent attacking players as well. You've got Hullet to pop in if you want.
I would pop him in as well. He'd be perfect in that centre mid role, just in front of Kante.
And depending how much you judge from your opponent's reaction, and if you've been listening, and if Shawrey is like vlogging how he's going right now, Gorilla might have a good idea of the team that Shawrey has on the other side. He might be thinking, okay, well, he's pretty confident with that. Do I need a redraft?
Everyone in chat, redraft, redraft. Step C Brown.
Hashtag Harry.
He's in the chat.
It's a redraft. Someone's saying, oh, Tex is saying redraft the 4-1-4-1 because it's not a good formation. That's also something to consider.
I also think when you got a 4-4-2, you know, you're going to stick with it, and I'm sure he probably will.
There's no rule about making substitutions straight away. As soon as the game starts, you can press pause and make the subs.
It's just the rule, obviously, with the champion pick. If you use your next champion now, after this round, you won't be able to use him again. I think for sure it will be because he's building his team. Obviously, you can't use the informs as well. You have to use the normal variation of the FUT item.
Both keep their drafts. And it's Cruyff going to be the champion player he's looking like.
Okay, that's an interesting one. Obviously, we were saying maybe Hullet. What's on the other side of that? Does Shawrey need to use a champion pick?
He definitely doesn't need Ronaldo. The only consideration would be, do you bring in Vieira?
I think he's
That's
happy.
the only option he really needs with the formation that he's got.
I think Shawrey is happy with his team. I don't think a champion player will be used. He's contemplating Vieira. That's what I'm being told.
Looks like the confirmation is in. Vieira will come into this team for Shawrey to replace Wijnaldum.
Do you agree with that, Dan?
I think so. I think, well, he can't have Maradona. That's not going to work out. I think Vieira over Wijnaldum makes sense. I think that Wijnaldum would be too much of a weak link. If it was his inform, you could
maybe
think about keeping it, but his standard gold, no. Don't think it's going to be good enough. I don't think it's going to be good enough.
No, I don't think it's going to be good enough indeed. However, we spoke to both of these players about their group stages and how they're feeling about going into knockout stages. Enjoy this.
I'm feeling really good. Obviously, I finished top of the group. It was a very tough group with Megabit in there and Dr. Rano and Damie. So started off really slow, trying to adapt to the gameplay, but we finished strong. Obviously, the loss against Megabit wasn't good, but you know it's a new day. But I'm feeling good. Yeah, I can definitely improve. There's things that I'm looking at with my coach to see what I can do against Shawrey in the knockout stage, but you know, one game at a time, and we'll see what happens. My next opponent, Hashtag Shawrey, I played him a few times. I played him in a qualifier last year as well. He's a tough opponent, so it's not going to be easy. But like I said, I'm going to take it one game at a time, play my game, and hopefully I'll come out with a win. But it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be easy. If I win a game, I don't necessarily celebrate. Obviously, you know, it gives me confidence heading into the future rounds. But the only win that matters for me is winning a tournament. So, like I said, one game at a time. And obviously, a win is important, but I don't want to get ahead of myself. And you know, I just want to stay calm and move on to the next one. After you lose a game, it's not easy. I think it's just time, really. I think obviously going back home and stuff like that and reflecting on the tournament. But you know, it's a long year right at the start of it, so it's a learning process for a lot of pros, including myself. So you know, it's okay to lose, but as long as you're learning from that, you know, there's no point losing, and you're gonna keep doing the same thing over and over again. So it's just learning process, and we go again if we do lose. My goal in the tournament is to win it. It's as simple as that. You know, I don't come to tournaments just to take part. I want to win it. We're in the last 16 now, so one game at a time. We've got Hashtag Shawrey next, so I'm going to try my best to win that game, and then we focus on the next one, but one game at a time. There's a lot of top players in this tournament, but I've played Megabit, you know, he beat me as well, so I'll probably say Megabit is definitely one of the favourites to win the tournament as well.
I think I started the day quite slow, and it was kind of just easing into it and kind of thing. But then as I progressed into the tournament, I started to pick myself up a little bit, started to play how I know that I can play, and then, you know, the results started coming in, and then eventually I made it out of the group, so I'm feeling good. Obviously, he's a previous world champion. I've played him a few times before, and I've come on the winning side more than the losing. But obviously, we all know he's an absolutely amazing player, so it's going to be a very tough game. But I'm confident in my own ability, so I think I can get the win. I think it depends the stakes of the game, but it does mean a lot to me. It's something that I really want to do well in my career. I want to be able to look back at it when I get a bit older and look back at moments that I say, wow. So yeah, it does mean a lot to me when I win. So today, if I win this game, I'm sure you'll see a bit of emotion. I think it's about remembering that at the end of the day, we're playing a game like FIFA, where a few things, sometimes you might play better than your opponent, but he might still win the game. I think you have to remember that kind of thing and just believe in your own ability and remember, well, the next game I can come back and win. And the exact thing happened to me yesterday. I lost my first 2 games and then managed to not lose from there on and got out of the group. So I think it's just about believing in yourself and your own ability. Obviously, like everyone's going to say, the goal is to win the tournament. But I think I'd be very happy to get past this round today. You know, to the last sort of 8 players, and I think it's important to remember that this tournament isn't full of a few. It hasn't got just a few decent players. It's, you know, absolutely stacked with massive names. We've got the world champion here. You know, so yeah, you know, got to be happy with getting to the top 8, I would say. Other favourites, I think Mike, I played him in my group yesterday. I think he played absolutely amazing. I think on his day, he could definitely win it. Megabit as well. It's an absolutely scary player to play against. So a few Germans there, I think, absolute forces who, yeah, definitely could be favourites for the tournament.
There you have it. Great to hear from both the players regarding coming to the knockout stages today. Speaking of their groups quickly, you know, I've got the information in front of me. Group F, Shawrey came out of, which was a very stacked group. Bob was in there, obviously part of Sagantosu, the partner club of Ajax. Dito was in there as well, had a really tight game against Dito, and then it was Mike and Shawrey that made it out of it. On the other side of that, Gorilla, he topped his group, Group C.
I was stood behind the Bob versus Dito game, and Hashtag United were definitely supporting one player, and that was Bob, because the only reason Shawrey's in this position is because Bob beat Dito, which meant that he went above Dito, and then Shawrey went through with that extra point. So he had to rely on someone else's result to get him to this stage, but since he's been here, if he can move on now into Championship Sunday, he'll be thanking Bob.
What are we thinking then, guys? We'll get the chat involved as well. You guys at home, who do you think will win this matchup? Will it be Gorilla or will it be Shawrey? You heard Shawrey there speak about how much, you know, tournaments like this mean to him. He'd be happy if he could even just get to the next round, and he'll be, you know, be happy to leave as a top 8 finish. What do you think regarding going to this match? So we'll get the chat involved. We'll read out your, you know, your comments as well. Dan?
I think him picking Vieira says a lot, that he does want to progress to the next round, that maybe he's not thinking, oh, I'm necessarily going to win this tournament, but he thinks he can actually get a decent route towards maybe close to the final. And with Vieira now introduced, that draft he's had is very scary. And I would say his draft is better than Gorilla's, but also we have to look at the performance from Gorilla yesterday. Like he was solid, playing very well, some great FIFA, and this should be a really entertaining game.
I'd probably say at the minute, Twitch chat pretty even. A lot of Hashtag fans in here thinking Shawrey's going to get it, but also Gorilla getting some love in the chat as well. And you can see here the teams on your screen. It's Perlo taking the seat on the reserves, Dan, and Vieira starting with Gino Wijnaldum.
Sorry, I was just watching Shawrey pump up his in-game players.
Is he trying to get them going? He's got sort of team talk going.
He's giving his
players.
team a team talk. I mean, it's for the Vine, or for the VOD, should I say? And he's enjoying himself. And I think this is something that a lot of people can learn from in the FIFA community, is that you've got to make a personality of yourself. You've got to take advantage of the position you're in and start making some content and being one of those players that are brandable, because that's how you're going to make a career out of this.
Well, we know obviously how big Gorilla is, the social following that he's got, like over 500,000 followers across like YouTube and everything included on that. Obviously, Shawrey burst onto the scene last year. I remember in Bucharest when we saw him in a FUT Champions Cup, and he was taking out some really big names, and that was when I was like, okay, you know, this man can compete at the high level. And just for being with Hashtag for a year, you know, the viewers that watch him now, you can see the benefit he's had partnering with an organisation such as Hashtag.
Yeah, 100%. You can't just be a pro player, I don't think, and be at Hashtag. You have to embrace the content, embrace the sort of lifestyle that it throws at you. it's more than just a player. You are a content creator, you're a personality, and you've seen that with, in the past, what they've produced with Tass, with Harry, now Shawrey, Tom, Aga, Boras, all these people, what they've got in common, they all make content.
And also, there's a lot of hashtag fans there now. They missed out on Wes Tanter being on this commentary couch yesterday.
They did say, though, odds on Wes taking the controller and absolutely ruining Spencer. I give you 8-1.
I'd say...
Well, it could be an automatic DQ.
Yeah, it would be, but could be worth it.
According to the bookmaker, I'd probably be looking at about 350 to 1 for that to happen.
Worth a quid.
I mean, worth 2.
Well then, we've heard your predictions. It seems pretty even between these two. As we said, Gorilla topped his group, Group C. He had Megabit in that group. It was a really tough group. Headphones are in for Shawrey. And this will be our third round of 16 matchup. Best of 3. Both players falling on a champion pick from Johan Cruyff for Gorilla, and Vieira pops into the team for Shawrey. And we're just waiting for this game to get underway. Match number 1. Hopefully, we will be seeing some goals compared to the back-to-back penalty shootouts that we saw in the last matchup.
Playlist of choice, if you were a player? What kind of music are you thinking? Up-tempo, sing-song, sing-along?
I know Richard's all about a sing-along. For me, it's all just the beat. Just a bit of EDM, bit of house music.
Just to get you going. Are you a skip the song if you don't like it kind of guy? Or if you concede a goal when you listen to a song, you're like, it was the song's fault, and you skip it?
I rarely listen to music when I play.
Maybe that's your problem, Brandon. Maybe this is how we get you to... Well, first we've got to get you to gold 3 in this FIFA.
Yeah.
Just getting you to gold first. That's the first
And we'll
step.
start moving on. What, Richard, probably a bit of Sweet, Caroline, a few of those tunes.
I dabble. I've got a little playlist that I just play on stream that has a good variety. I remember playing in a FIFA tournament back in 2016 in a casino where I made it to the semi-finals, walked away with £75, and the song that guided me through that I won the quarterfinals with was One Love by Blue.
And what was the song that you played when you beat the 9-year-old? 9-0.
I think that that could have been Spice Up Your Life by Spice Girls.
It must have been a spicy performance.
I mean, he weren't really that good, but did the job, didn't he?
Players just tweaking their settings and making sure that all of the buttons are doing the right things. Do you have any weird button configurations? Did you change anything? Or are you just purely default?
I've been default since I was about 10 down. Every single FIFA player I've played on has just been default. I don't think you'll ever see a skill move out of me either.
When was that? FIFA 2014?
A long time ago.
It's not that long ago. You're not as old as you think you are.
Here we go. We are underway. Our third knockout match at the DraftStory Cup, and it's a UK battle. Gorilla against Hashtag Shawrey.
And it is going to be Gorilla from left to right. Shawrey in the red from right to left. And Johan Cruyff is going to be at the centre of the attack for Gorilla.
Dalglish into Kante early on off the bar. It's a wake-up call for Shawrey, I'm sure.
We've seen more attacking play in the first 3 minutes than we did in the entirety of the last match.
Something he's always been known for, Gorilla, isn't the way he attacks. Especially back in FIFA 17, FIFA 18. We saw him become a world champion. Shawrey's first chance to really get the ball forward. Vieira, one of his champion picks that he does bring into this round for him. Ronaldo trying to pull away from those two CDMs, but Kante will pick up the ball and be able to drive forward again.
Yeah, and Gorilla just straight away heading towards the final third.
Could be 1-0. There's a great ball over and an easy finish as well. Dalglish will score. We have got a goal.
The heavens have opened.
We've waited 240 minutes in-game time for our first goal. And who else it is? Dalglish. A lot of people have been hyping this man up beginning of the year.
But it was the work done prior to that by Pirlo, just to win the battle, going shoulder to shoulder with the defender. Once he was in that position, Gorilla just saw the pass. It was easy.
Tried hitting it back, didn't he?
Yep.
He tried hitting it back to the goalkeeper and just didn't have the neck muscles to nod it back. Pirlo nipped in front. Lovely little back heel. Dalglish, first time shot. 11 minutes in, Gorilla 1-0 up. Best of 3 format. Win 2 and you go through.
Look at the difference from the games that we saw prior. When Gorilla does win that ball, he's driving forward with Kante. He's not necessarily recycling the play straight away and waiting for everything. He's just running at Shawrey. As I say that, will recycle because he kind of ran out of space.
I know what you mean. He's always quite positive on the ball, isn't he? Always happy to go forward, try and make something happen. Pirlo now, back to Cruyff. Little elastico there around his man on the edge of the box. A ball roll into the finish. Great save by Hugo Lloris, out for a corner now. It's all Gorilla at the moment in these opening 20 minutes. This time played short. Cruyff again, with all the skills and turns at the moment, it seems. Maybe sure he can get him on the counter-attacks. Neymar all the way out on the right-hand side, unfortunately runs it out of the field though.
That's one of the most frustrating things as well, when you do just run it out off the pitch, when maybe you take an extra touch too much or you flick the stick a little bit too heavy one way. Got to do better than that. Sometimes it can be down to nerves, sometimes it can just be down to pure accident.
Yeah, heavy touch now and again. I know a lot of players will try not to hold R2 when they receive the ball, because you will sometimes do a heavier touch, as Cruyff seems to be the main target man right now for Gorilla.
What is that?
I think he saw what he was trying to do, but predicted it.
When was he just trying to play an over-the-top through ball to Ronaldo because he saw him going through the middle? Either way, he had much more time than he probably thought he had. A couple of rash decisions from Shawrey in the early stages. Gorilla certainly looks more comfortable in this matchup as it stands.
Mohamed Salah switches all the way inside to Kante now. Gorilla 1-0 up in the first matchup in this best of three. The goal coming via Dalglish. There's a lovely interchange via Pirlo. Now he's hunting for a second one. Well, Celso, one of the midfielders that has stuck in this team as well. 30 minutes in game. This is our third round of 16 matchup here at the DraftStory Cup.
And we need to see something better from Shawrey at the moment. Looks very lackluster on the ball. And Gorilla's taking full advantage of that.
Kante. Back to Cruyff. Kante. Surely, no. If it was someone else, it might have found its way into the back of the net.
And that one's headed all the way across the studio by the looks of things. And that's a let-off for Shawrey. Maybe a wake-up call. Wes maybe needs to slap his cheeks. No, not those cheeks. The ones on his face.
What other cheeks you're on about, Dan?
I saw the look in your eyes, Richard Buckley.
Thankfully, I can see Wes as well, so I get a good view.
It's first time to really go forward. Sadio Mane on this left-hand side. Look for that cut back inside. It's actually a bad pass from Gorilla. Does all right to just turn possession back round again.
Coming forward again, this first time that we've seen him, Shawrey. Lovely. Well, McGeady's been there, just on the edge of the box.
Struggling to find any room around Gorilla's defensive area. Back to goal, Sadio Mane. Pele now. Into Wijnaldum, let the ball roll across his body, and the shot was there, but matched up by David De Gea, out for a corner.
That's better from Shawrey, though. A lot more positive. Putting Gorilla under some pressure now. De Gea with a huge save now from the corner. See if he can continue like the pressure he's applying.
Wijnaldum happy. Just do a little drag back, get Lenglet off the ball. ASAP. There's Vieira, his champion pick that he did bring in. Trying to be very influential in that midfield. Patient play here from Hashtag Shawrey, trying to find a goal, find a way back into this game. Little scoop turn from Pele. Still no way through this defensive Gorilla though.
It's always tough when you take those corners short and you have the ball on the edge with your centre-backs half the time, and your strikers are just too far into the box, and you desperately want them to come out so you can try and go for maybe a finesse from the edge. But more possession now for Shawrey. Starting to look a little bit better on the ball. Not making as much silly decisions, but Kante has been huge for Gorilla.
A little drag back there with Mane, just looking for the on-rushing players from his midfield to run past these attackers. I think Lo Celso is actually still playing for Gorilla. Did I see there? See a better indication here. You can see all Gorilla in that first 45. Possession, shots on target, shots, and the all-important goal, all in favour of the 2017 world champion.
And I think the biggest thing for Shawrey is just to calm it down a bit. There's a couple of times where he was on the ball with plenty of space and he was trying to make some ridiculous passes or ran the ball out of play. And I think once he gets that out of his system,
Was I right in thinking that? Did Shawrey have Perlo?
He
But
did,
he
yeah, and
dropped
he's
him for
not
the
used
error.
him. Yeah.
I guess it's what you want out of Perlo, because if you want a box-to-box midfielder, he's not that guy.
I still think I'd play him because I don't know if you've seen this as well, Dan, but I feel like Icons just there is just something special about him this year in FIFA.
just this year,
I feel like this year more than any other year.
I feel like every year Icons have something a little bit special about them. But yeah, I think it's strange not to play Perlo. I think Perlo's great in this FIFA.
Better than Genie. Especially the 84 Genie went out of them because the 86 isn't available.
Here's the chance for Gorilla. Lloris had to come out, just stab a leg at it and get it on the left-hand side for a throw and give him possession away straight away. Ousmane Dembele happy to pick that up. Dalglish, the only goal scorer in this game for Gorilla. This is match number 1 as well.
You've got to remember, it could have been 2 really if anyone but Kante was on the ball.
Dalglish back to goal, just toying with the centre half.
Oh, that's Paul.
You'd probably expect a little bit better there, wouldn't you, from Kenny Dalglish?
Won the ball back though straight away. Pirlo into Johan Cruyff, his champion pick for Gorilla in this round. Oh, and that's nearly perfect. I thought it was.
This sometimes can be the difference, even though Dalglish, of course, is an incredible player. He's not quite an R9. R9 might have curled a couple of those ones top bins. But Gorilla is getting in the right positions, and that's what matters. He just needs to make them count. Needs to get a 2-goal lead. Otherwise, he's very, very vulnerable. And we have seen Shawrey in a couple of dangerous positions as well. But
Look at Van Dijk there, stepping out of defence. He controlled him all the way. Moved with him, won the ball back high up the pitch, and now possession turned over yet again for Gorilla.
I expect the ball to be switched all the way across. There it is. Dalglish back to Kante. Celso, a few ball rolls in there, trying to open up any space he can in and around the box. He's got Cruyff waiting there. Dalglish too. Waiting to try and extend that lead. Sure, he needs to defend, stay patient. We'll have to give away a corner again. Short, actually might be driven in straight away and not played short for a change.
Gorilla just having a little think about how he wants to approach this corner. Throwing that towel between his hands as usual. And it is just going to be playing it short.
It's a great turn as well from Cruyff. For Celso, as far as Mendy now, the left back who's quite high up the field. 3 players back, just sitting on the halfway line for Gorilla. He's just teasing Vieira. Switch back inside for Pirlo. So patient this from a Gorilla. Lovely little roulette. Nearly a finish was there as well, if it wasn't for a fantastic defensive block.
For a second, did you think that the finesse were going to come in with Pirlo on the edge of the box?
I thought so, but then when he saw that pass, like, it was just too good not to take it. But then I think he was hoping it was going to be Dalglish. And maybe it would have been a little bit better on the ball, might have been able to get the shot away. But it's all been Gorilla. However, it could all be for nothing if Shawrey is able to get an equaliser. Gorilla needs to take advantage of all this possession.
Interesting change there from Shawrey. Cancelo coming on at right back for Odriozola.
Maybe it just feels like it's an area that Gorilla keeps looking to go down at the moment, the right-hand side.
He offers something probably more dynamic going forward as well than the Spanish right back.
Time is running out for him in this first matchup. A number of pros have said this year, when you go 1-0 down, it can be really hard to pull it back early on. Although saying that, we have seen some high-scoring games. Other games have been really a stalemate. Pirlo, fake shot, nearly fake shot out of play. Sure, he does well to recover. But this is the time where he needs to make something count, needs to create some sort of chance going forward.
And it is a best of 3. It's not an aggregate score, so At some point, Shawrey is just going to have to commit to really going for this, trying to get back into the game. You'd imagine you want to do it sooner rather than later. Give himself more time and more opportunity.
Look at that space in the middle. Pirlo was running into it. There he is now. Just toying that back line, waiting for someone just to come in with a tackle.
5-star, 4-star for Andrea Pirlo. Do we agree with that?
In what way? Like, from how he was and as a player in real life?
5-star skill moves?
Not 5-star skill moves, but
I'd say 4-star, 5-star is more accurate. 5-star weak foot.
He could play, you know, he could play any pass, couldn't he? Simple or more of a longer range pass, and he would make it look so easy, and the pass percentage rate was always fantastic, whichever foot he used.
I mean, until Dennis Bergkamp gets 5-star skills, I'm not listening to anything. In fact, he doesn't. He's a disgrace.
Thanks a lot, Dan.
Is there any way back for Shawrey? Struggling in the second half to really create any chances. Could this be an opportunity he's waited for? Went to the hill-to-hill. Kante was there just to stop the danger again.
Gorilla's played very well defensively, I have to say. Sure, he's not offered much going forward, but what he has offered, I think Gorilla's dealt with for 80 minutes. He's tackling when it's been with Van Dijk or Kante, is coming out of position and winning the ball back.
He's done very well as well, Gridder on the wide areas, going out, pulling out. He's one of your CDMs, your midfielders, sorry. That's why he's had to make that right-back change and believe that his previous right-back was doing enough. Little jacks there from Pirlo, still picks up the ball though. Unlimited number of ball rolls coming in. Just dispossessed, 7 minutes left. If it is a draw, we will be going to extra time, and if need be, penalties. He went there twice in the last matchup between Sian and Furky plays.
I think maybe just Shawrey being a little bit too predictable on the ball when he's going forward, and that's why Gorilla's been able to so successfully read it. Sometimes it's harder than you think, though, to be unpredictable in a game of FIFA, especially when it's against someone who you've competed against previously. They might know your tendencies. As it's still possession for Gorilla, and now it's just a case of seeing out this game. Only a few minutes remaining. A bit of keep ball. We need to see some press from Shawrey. Desperately trying to win the ball back for one last chance.
Added time to follow any second now as well. And you saw it there from Gridder. He could have easily played forward, but
there we go.
Wanted to keep possession, as I say that. Does get dispossessed. This is it now for sure. He added time of 2 minutes. Unfortunately, just rushed that one. And this is really Griller's to lose now.
And that's just the story of the game for Shawrey. Just rushing things, panicking a little bit.
He's got a chance, though. Gorilla's gave it away.
Well, maybe there might be one last chance. Pele, there's that finesse, surely. He's taken it. Oh, massive save, De Gea.
Like a tiny bit of goalkeeper movement, just shifting to the near post.
Corner taken quickly, plays into the box. Wijnaldum tries to bend it in, and that's the one chance that Shawrey was going to be gifted from a Gorilla mistake. And when you get into those areas, it's so easy to rush it, isn't it?
Again, though, he had more time than he thought. And if he was watching the goalkeeper, he would have seen that little shift of goalkeeper movement, and then you smash it across goal. The chances were there for Shawrey. The opportunity to stay in that game were there for him. He just didn't seem as comfortable as Gorilla.
The no-touch turn was very, very nice. So predictable in that moment to press R1 and to let it go through your legs. But Gorilla, you'd say, quite lucky to... I think he did play better in that game, but that is a chance that 9 times out of 10 a pro player scores.
Yeah, and it was his mistake.
Yeah,
right? And you can't be making those mistakes if you've only got a goal lead. And Gorilla could have had more goals. He was unfortunate with some of the players that were on the end of the attacking moves. Kante getting there, but promising signs for both players. Just Gorilla seemed to be the more comfortable one.
You have to give credit where it's due for Gorilla. You know, he controlled the game really well. Richard, you said it a few times defensively. He was superb. The way he was able to use the width in his team as well, with his left midfielder, his right midfielder. Pirlo was much more than we've ever seen anyone use him as a centre mid. He was getting on the ball a lot of the time, ball rolls, trying to make things happen. And yeah, he had a lot more of the ball, but there wasn't massive goals scored, was there?
No, it wasn't. And I think if there had been a second, then we probably would have seen a little bit more of an open game. But once Gorilla wasn't able to put those chances away, it did become a little bit more possession heavy for him and just restricting the chances of Shawrey But then when Shawrey was winning the ball back, he was just too rash, just panicked too much. I think if he's calmer in this next game, we'll see more chances for him. And maybe he can make a series of this.
We've had the discussion all day long for who do you think, which pro is similar to an animal in the animal kingdom.
Okay, yep.
We've got Gorilla playing.
I mean...
Is Gorilla just Gorilla?
That's why I'm asking the question.
I mean, he was...
And you've been a world champion, that has to come into the animal in some ways. Like, you have to be top of the animal kingdom somewhere.
like a lion.
Yeah, like in that category.
I would say a tiger shark.
You know that's not an animal. What?
It's an animal.
Are you talking about an actual, like, tiger shark? Are you talking about, like, a tiger combined with a shark?
No, a tiger shark.
Okay, just checking.
Vicious in the water,
Right.
but sometimes if you take them out of that situation,
What was the other debate going on today about the sauces? We've had some questions in. What sauce would Shawrey be?
what sauce is Shawrey?
Well, considering that game, he wasn't comfortable, right? He was playing the ball around, and he wasn't. He was a bit rash.
So maybe
I want to go for like a soy sauce, quite, you know, like a little bit. It's not really consistent.
Not a consistent sauce.
From that first game.
Texas salad cream.
Salad cream, or
a bit off sometimes.
yeah, sour cream.
Ooh. Not for
But
everyone.
maybe like a sour cream and chive.
What, malt
There-
vinegar?
There was a little bit of something.
Is that the white one?
Malt vinegar.
Is that the white one?
No, that's
There's two vinegars. Isn't
yeah. I'd say malt vinegar.
Whereas like Gorilla was like a Tabasco,
Oh,
very hot, very fiery.
You know what you're getting.
You know what you're getting.
Yeah.
Only the elite will have
But in that final third, sometimes it just misses the spot.
If it goes down the wrong hole.
Hate it when that happens. All right, what are we thinking of match number 2 then?
So match number 2, as we saw, I just feel like naturally Shawrey's a bit nervous going into that game. He's playing against a world champion at the end of the day, playing against someone that topped their group in Group C. If they've matched up before last year, it didn't really happen many times. And also, when you play against Gorilla, you play against name value. It's like if you play against Tex, you play against the big guys in the scene. It's like that name value you're up against.
I feel like Gorilla is... The name value is still there, but I don't think it's as prominent as it once was. I feel like Tex, Desari, Nicholas, that's when you're coming up against Barcelona, Liverpool, Man City. You're like, I'm probably going to lose this game, but I'm going to play anyway. I feel like Gorilla is a little bit like Real Madrid at the minute. You don't know what you're going to get. Sometimes we've seen Gorilla get Swissed. Other times we've seen Gorilla, as we've seen in the past, win everything.
Here we go. Second match underway. Gorilla took the first one and has got a win underneath his belt. If he wins this match, he will proceed into the quarterfinal stages and will knock out Hashtag Shawrey.
And what a potential quarterfinal it will be as well. The winner of this will face off against the winner of Maestro and Nicholas Razek.
That's an amazing game.
Whew. I mean, already that round of 16 game is incredible, but quarterfinal, very spicy, the side of the bracket.
It depends obviously who goes through, but you know, if Maestro goes through and one of these two, obviously his Xbox players, it's a cross-console final potentially on an LQE or a FUT Champs Cup. 7 minutes into it. First chance of the game. Coming forward, Gorilla, unfortunately, just about sniffed out for him, though. Shawrey will be able to drive down the other end and play a huge through ball into the path of Ronaldo, who's got all the time in the world. Ball roll into the finish.
That's exactly what Shawrey needed. Settle the nerves after that first game. Early goal, 9 minutes in. You know your Cristiano Ronaldo's firing again. You've got Vieira. You've got Pele up there.
Those are the chances that aren't going to come by much when you're up against a player such as Gorilla. So when it does come, you have to take the chances. Ronaldo, obviously, we know how good he is in the finishing aspect. The ball roll, though, just to ensure the percentage of the chance goes up even more.
Yeah, just had to be composed. It was what he didn't have in the previous game. He just took that extra touch, that little ball roll. He was calm. He thought about it. He didn't just snatch at the shot. And now we'll see how Shawrey can build from this. That might be the confidence booster he needs.
And just look at the way he's playing right now. He looks so much more relaxed. He looks more fluid.
Could be in for a second, in fact. Fake shot. Nearly. There was a bit of space there just for Cristiano Ronaldo on the centre of the box. If he could have got it all the way over, Gorilla will try and break away now. As we said, Shawrey has to win this game to go to a third matchup. If it is a draw, after 90 minutes, we will go to extra time and penalties if we need to.
This is a best of 3 format, so Gorilla currently 1 point up. First to 2 will move in to the quarterfinals, and they'll be back tomorrow.
Vieira into Pele. Just there, you think you look for a fake shot, maybe. Or scoop turn, sorry, around your man. Or accelerate fake shot, in fact, and try and just open up that finesse on the edge of the box. We know how good it can be.
Trouble is, he's tried pretty much everything, Shawrey. He's tried the roulette, he's tried the McGiddy spin, he's tried the fake shot. He's tried all these different techniques to try and get past Gorilla's defence, but
Standing strong.
Gorilla has stood strong. I mean, it does help when you've got the likes of Van Dijk. Incredible foot items. But Shawrey just looking so much better in this second game. Can he, though, double his lead? Because I feel like he's going to need it.
At the moment, everything is clicking for Shawrey. In the attacking third, to get into the right areas, needs to take these chances because sooner or later, Gorilla will start to pick up the pace.
Yeah, his first 25 minutes, Gorilla's just not really played that well, to be honest. He's gave the ball away a couple of times. You saw him there, shake of the head. He tried playing it inside. Shawrey quick to switch players, intercept the run. And Shawrey very much in the ascendancy.
He's kept the pressure on as well at the moment, which is great for him. He's 1-0 up early on into the game. 20 minutes into it.
And it's whether he learned from the previous game as well. He saw how close he was to snatching a draw in the late stages because Gorilla wasn't able to double his lead, because Gorilla had those mistakes. It was a very fragile lead. You need that 2-goal cushion.
Pirlo and Kante happy to link up again. Pirlo, such an important player in the last game, from a little, maybe not a little dink, a huge dink. So I think it actually went into the keeper's hands.
A huge dink into the keeper's hands. As now Shawrey again just has these chances on the counter-attack, but just runs himself out of play.
It's the second time he's done that
It
in
is
2
indeed.
games.
Sometimes you do just get budged off a little bit by the defender. You can usually ball roll your way back in.
Celso happy just to drive into space. A ball roll. Mohamed Salah will take the shot from distance and will not be troubling the keeper there. "35 minutes in. Shawrey leads the game 1-0. Gorilla did win the first matchup. If the score does stay like this, I know there's a long, long time left in it. We'll be going to an all-important third and final matchup.
A lot of success rate from Gorilla, stepping up with his fullbacks and winning the ball back in very dangerous areas. And Shawrey does have to be careful. Just keep a little bit calmer with these passes.
Look for that little ball inside there. You can see Pirlo's just started to step away.
He's done it a few times. It's just where he can go after that. Pirlo inside, just like that. This champion will clutch up for him.
That's what I said. Pirlo, when he moved it inside, he were waiting for Pirlo to step off of his man. As soon as he stepped off of his man, it gave him the room inside the box to move into. As soon as you get into that sort of area, if your players are making the runs inside the box, it's quite, you'd say probably like 60-40, because sometimes your players just don't, they feel like they're not getting inside the box, they're not running. That time, Johan Cruyff picking it up inside the box, 5-star weak foot, 5-star skills. You can shoot first time with him.
It was all from a wayward pass, though, in the midfield, which Mendy was able to intercept by Gorilla. Yes, okay, Gorilla was stepping up. He did bring it. He was aggressive with the fullback, but you don't have to necessarily play into it.
It's been a number of times, hasn't it, where he's picked up the ball with Pirlo and he's been doing ball rolls as such, trying to make something happen. And before you know it, from that left-hand side that he loves playing down Gorilla, he was always going to cut back in and try and either find the likes of Dalglish or Johan Cruyff, as we said, his champion pick for this round of 16. Heel to heel from him. Nearly breaking away. Added time of 2 minutes to come. Score all level at 1-1. He's going to look to make one more chance before we go into half-time. Cruyff had that chance, didn't he? And turned into danger.
Big shake of the head from Shawrey as well. He's not happy. He should have done better with the advantage he had in that first half. He had quite a lot of the ball, but then wasn't really able to do much with it after the goal.
For like 25, 30 minutes, Shawrey was very much the only player in this game.
Yep.
As soon as that mistake, he ran the ball out of play. He then he just pulled off Pirlo, just pulled off his man, edge of the box, opened up. If Gorilla gets a chance like that, I'd say 95% of the time he's scoring. He's so one-minded on the edge of the box that the only thing he's going to do is go forward. Some players, they get with Pirlo, they don't force the pass into the gap. They turn back, they look for another pass on the edge of the box. If he gets it Gorilla on the edge of the box with a 4 or 5-star skiller, he's making his way into the box.
Chat very divided at the moment as well. The most vocal we've seen in the chat in terms of supporting players. A lot of support for, of course, Shawrey and the hashtag contingent, but also quite a lot of Gorilla fans too.
So we've got lucky enough as well to have a number of pros watching from all around the world, as we did yesterday in the group stages. Remember, we have got more action tomorrow and today. Ball across the box, surely towards the back post for Shawrey. What a save! You saw what he tried to do, turn away from his man and just slot it into the right bottom corner. Keeper matched it up though, and Gorilla is on the counter-attack. Dalglish so far out on this left-hand side, needs some sort of support. That support will come in the form of Mendy. There's Cruyff. Try to disguise his pass. He's still going to get the chance if he can work it. No.
Shawrey has to be careful in those situations. Like, you can't just pass out of the defence like that, otherwise you can be punished. Again, just going back to that, not quite being comfortable, rushing everything a little bit too much. I know that you're very eager to get the ball up the pitch when you're being attacked on because you want to counter-attack, you want to take advantage of some players being out of position. But you don't want to do it at the expense of risking giving a goal away.
Almost 1 step forward, 2 steps back when you make a mistake. Trying to play attacking football and trying to rush your chances.
Honestly, every time it seems he makes a pass, Shawrey, Kante is there, just like a magnet. It's almost whether he needs to try and head down the wing first and then walk into the box. Stay away from Kante a little bit.
Right at the moment of what we've seen today in day 2 of the DraftStory Cup, every single knockout game has gone to the 3rd match.
Yeah, Kante in that midfield, just bombing about, isn't he? Like a horse with no name.
Sorry, so what? Why would a horse with no name bomb about?
Would it be a horse with no head?
Horse with no jockey?
Oh, no name.
I would have understood horse with no jockey, because they keep running and they're... But I don't see how a name affects a horse.
Who's going to call it?
Yeah, maybe you don't know where you're
Who's going to call it back?
Just under 30 minutes left. The score does stay like this. We will be going into extra time in match number 2. If Gorilla can pick up the win, he will progress through to the knockouts. If Shawrey can snatch a late goal, we will go to game 3. Celso all the way across. Trying to link in with Kante and Pirlo every single time. Edge of the box for Cruyff. Scoop turn. Off the post. Nearly back into the hands of Lloris. I think it hit his shoulder on the way through. It's not dealt with though. Gorilla will come back again.
Shawrey is rattled at the moment. Honestly, he just keeps giving these balls away in very dangerous areas.
Panic is really starting to set in, I feel. I can see Harry in the chat right now. Stop passing around the back.
I mean, Harry is living this at the moment.
I'm sure he's commentating on it as well. Can he pull his way through? Cut back. If Shawrey can cut it back, Shawrey's a chance near post, takes the shot.
Rebound.
Pele plays out to Neymar. Shot comes in on the rebound. No one's there again. Gorilla survives another day.
And now a quick counter-attack is on as well for Gorilla. Can play that through ball to Pirlo, but he does come back. He's going to play it safe. He is going to recycle. A lot more calmer on the ball.
As far as Dalglish on this left-hand side, he just keeps getting pushed out it.
My name is Harry, my job is streaming, getting out of groups, you must be dreaming. I'll have you know, hashtag Harry is qualified for the first FUT Champions Cup.
So that one is coming up in a few weeks' time in Bucharest. The first of 6 FUT Champions Cups again this year. And it's all practice for those at the DraftStory Cup here. We had 32 players yesterday into the last 16 today. Gorilla will drive forward. There's people in the box. Was it the wrong pass he chose?
I think he wanted to really just cut it back onto the edge. That's where might have been Lo Celso busting a gut to make that gap up.
Ousmane Dembele introduced to try and make an all-important difference for Gorilla into the last 10 minutes now. Extra time could potentially be upon us. Kante. To Perlo, a number of times just using that ball roll. Is the finesse on there for him? We can see it teeing up. You know these pros, they wait for that perfect opportunity. Needs to find that killer pass. Heel to heel from Perlo. Fortunately, the heel to into danger for him.
Yeah, and a nice actually ball out there from Shawrey as well. Picking out Neymar out wide.
And he stayed in play with Neymar, that's good.
Yep.
That's good, a lot better.
Time is running out. Added time to come any second. Will we need 30 more minutes of additional time, or will there be a late winner? I'm sure he can get it. We will go to a game 3. Has to be patient. This is his chance now. There's your added time at 2 minutes. Vieira. Drag back. Into Cristiano Ronaldo now, the man that's always ready for the big occasion. Unfortunately, can't even play a 10-yard pass without it being intercepted. Chance to counter-attack now. No, referee's not going to let it play on. We are into extra time once again.
As every single game pretty much gone to extra time. Every series has gone to extra time, I feel like. We had penalties in the second game. In the first game between Joxan and Timo, extra time were needed.
Yep.
We were best of 3. And now again, into extra time. If Gorilla finds a winner, he goes through 2-0 overall series score. If Shawrey sees out this game, either a winner in the 30 minutes of extra time or on a penalty shootout, we will be going to a game 3.
Problem is, just both players haven't been able to break the opponent down as much as they would like, and then when they have got those chances, the keepers are making some pretty big saves, whether it be down to goalkeeper movement or just the consistency from the actual in-game goalkeeper statistics. It has been tough to score. And when chances are so few, it's very easy to panic in front of goal. Sure, he did so well with his first, and he was looking more comfortable, but then as the game's gone on, the nerves seem to have kicked back in.
Will be Shawrey opening up this extra time period with the first chance. Went for the tilt, intercepted really well, and Dembele can drive forward now. Needs some support though. Dembele tries to pick it up once again, tries to make something happen on this left-hand side. If you have just joined, this is the DraftStory Cup. Live from Krefeld in Germany. This is day 2 of 3. You're watching Gorilla up against Hashtag Shawrey. It's an extra time match number 2. You can see a 1-0 just by their face cams. That is because Gorilla won game number 1.
You saw Quadrado.
Oh, what a ball that is. Is he onside as well? I think he is. Pele, 1-on-1 against the keeper. He's off his line. Fake shot round in. Baits out a penalty as well.
Oh, we talk about nerves. We talk about being calm. How are you from the spot, Shawrey?
Pele over it. Pele steps up. What is De Gea doing? Even looking? He weren't even looking at the ball. David De Gea is that good. He don't even have to look.
He went down the middle, didn't he? Chance wasted from Shawrey. He won't get a better one as well. This is the best way he can react. Straight into the box with Neymar. Vieira, unfortunately, does get intercepted. Chance to counter-attack now for Gorilla. Just 2 minutes left before the first half interval in extra time. What a chance wasted from Shawrey.
The amount of times we've seen Shawrey with Vieira on the edge of the box as well, when that could have been Pirlo. And I just feel like Vieira's a bit sluggish on the ball at times. And he hasn't been able to turn quick enough or drag back quick enough, get the ball out of his feet. And it's allowed Gorilla just to pinch it away and then go on the counter-attack.
Added time of 2 minutes. You saw Dalglish trying to just pull away from that centre half, cleared long. Surely that is half-time and extra time referee. There we go.
15 minutes remaining. Is that penalty miss?
We've seen how low scoring these games are. That goal goes in. We could be going to a game 3.
Going to mentally affect him, do you think, Dan?
Especially if we go to penalties. I mean, that's already going to be advantage Gorilla if we end up in a penalty shootout. Penalties are so difficult in this game, not just because of the mechanical difference where now you have the reticule and of course you have to time the shots if you don't want them to go all over the place, but also the head movement just makes it so hard
to fake it.
To fake it. Because you can really only do one of two things. You can aim down the middle and then last minute just switch, or you look one way and then you send it the other way or send it down the middle. If you have a keen eye for that head movement, or if you have a good read of your opponent, you can save those penalties.
And 15 minutes left.
Chat thinking that it might be going to penalties, this matchup between these two UK giants.
Please not another penalty shootout. That'd be 3 in our last 2 best of 3 matches. Chance for Gorilla now. Dalglish just about hanging on to it. Quadrado's been introduced as well. Pirlo. Back to Kante. He's just trying to find that man on the edge of the box. Here's Gorilla. Trying to pull out the 2 CDMs to open up that space. You saw the idea. Lloris kind of nearly gets stitched up with it.
The shake of the head from Shawrey as well, because he played it out and he knows if that had gone the wrong way, that was going to be probably game over. And now he's got possession with 7 minutes. In theory, he could have the last attack of the game. I remember last season, FIFA 19, a lot of players would keep the ball and they would try and get that last attack, but Shawrey goes for the risky pass. It was a through ball on the option on the left.
Kante. He's got an option all the way on that far hand side. Haven't seen too much of Dalglish in this second match. Did score the opener for Gorilla in the last game early on. We are edging to another penalty shootout. And after Shawrey's missed one already, I'm sure he's probably not feeling great about it.
You do that on purpose? You're sure he's not?
I didn't even know what I was doing.
Very clever though, even unintentionally.
Do we get a winning goal?
Yes, he can take this chance. Pele. Happy to link up with Mohamed Salah. You see the idea as well behind it. Ronaldo, just that ball was slightly too rushed and well defended by Gorilla. It's time for a penalty shootout. Shawrey to step up first. And you can see he's doing his best to not go down the middle now. Shawrey steps up. Oh, and it'll be matched as well.
He was really just hoping that Gorilla thought he was going to be faking it. As Gorilla now can take the lead, but it's a decent save from Shawrey.
Shawrey timing his first one yellow, now stepping up to this mark with Mo Salah, goes left, and a pretty confident penalty.
Up steps Gorilla, yet to score a penalty yet. His second penalty, can he go the right way? Yep, he'll go left and score.
It's really just all about these mind games. Oh, you're going to go the way you're looking, times it yellow. But it's not Mello, goes left, goes wide.
He's timed it twice and he's missed twice, and then Gorilla can't capitalise.
Both players only scoring 1 penalty each. Here comes penalty number 4. It's slotted away by Cristiano Ronaldo.
Pressure onto Gorilla. Pirlo's done so well in game, but that's a big save from Shawrey. And now he has the chance to win it.
You can see that puff of the cheeks.
Now, Shawrey in the ascendancy. Pele steps up. Gorilla, I thought he was going to get it, but he timed it yellow. And I think the yellow timing helped him a little bit because he skewed it into that side netting. And we're on for a game 3.
We are on for a game 3 in this UK matchup, especially after we missed that penalty in extra time. Did Shawrey, credit where it's due. You can see, I think he's just shaking there from how nerve-wracking that penalty shootout was for him, but he's proven to himself that he can beat Gorilla. And he's going to be going to a game 3, gentlemen. Penalty shootout, much more of a match game.
He had 3 penalties in the shootout. He timed 3 and yellowed all 3. I mean, quite lucky to go through.
I'll give him credit for actually trying to time them, though. A lot of players won't even try and time them, so they'll just take the inconsistent risk of it going anywhere in the circle. A yellow timing is still better than that. But that last penalty, I mean, Gorilla went the right way, but sometimes when you bury him right in the corner, the keeper can't stop him. Match number 3. And really, I mean, can you say it's deserved for Shawrey after he had the penalty, had the chance to go 2-1 up?
But guess what? He believed.
I don't know if he did, because right at the start of the shootout, he shook his head, and I mean, his lips would suggest he said, "I'm rubbish at penalties."
He started the game very well, looking back on the storyline of that matchup. Gorilla then came back. I thought Gorilla was then going to take it late on, but Shawrey got over the line on a penalty shootout, and now we're in game 3. Winner of this game goes through. Loser crashes out.
Are we going to see a little bit more calmness, I would say, from Shawrey in this one? Because he looked in the first like 30 minutes of game 2, he looked like a different player.
He looked very, very confident. He looked solid. And then as soon as Gorilla scored that 1 goal, I feel as though we saw the nervy Shawrey.
As soon as any pressure was applied by Gorilla, Shawrey just didn't seem like he knew how to handle it necessarily. But match 3 of 3 then in this best of 3. Winner will go on to the quarterfinals, where they will face the winner of Maestro and Nicholas Razek. That's going to be coming up next on your screens at home. Salah plays it inside to Kante, but Kante can't quite get it to Dalglish, who was eagerly waiting in the middle. And that's where Vieira does come in and show why he's such an important player in Shawrey's side. Defensively, has been on fine form.
Just a statue, isn't he? He just stands there, holds his ground defensively in the midfield. Going forward, a little bit question marks over him, but in that defensive aspect, I don't think there's any better CDM than that 88 Vieira right now in the game.
A lot of space on the left-hand side. Can't quite get it through, though. Shawrey doing well to read that through ball and ensure he could regain possession and now start to build from the back, but he's given it away again. The pressure from Gorilla, just a little bit too much. Coman plays it into Dalglish, but Lenglet stops that attack in its tracks.
And quite a, you'd say, frantic start to this game.
Yeah, a little bit quick.
Quicker than what we've seen so far. That was a mistake playing out of the back again there.
And maybe this is what Gorilla wants. He wants to speed up the play because maybe he's noticed that Shawrey makes quite a few mistakes when the gameplay is a little bit faster. You do take him out of his comfort zone. As Ronaldo plays it forward to Ronaldo, and then this is where Mane can be dangerous on the left-hand side, but what can Shawrey do with it? Desperately needing help, but when you're going up against Virgil van Dijk, it's difficult, but that's a mistake. Can Mane play it inside? No, he can't. Van Dijk tracks back. And Gorilla again can attack. Very end-to-end at the moment, Brandon.
Yeah, definitely is indeed, and it's one of those, isn't it, when you get to game 3, you've kind of not as such worked each other out, but you know what each other is good at, what you're looking to do in this certain formation with your custom tactics towards the back post for Gorilla early on. Somehow wins it back. Andrea Pirlo with the finish back to goal. Wasn't strong enough, though, to get past Hugo Lloris.
Would things have been different if he had a better player just on the shot there? Of course, Pirlo, not bad, all things considered.
I feel like with Pirlo there, he could have potentially maybe done a drag back inside the box. I feel like there were more space than he thought there were for him. Gorilla, obviously I'm not going to give tips on Gorilla how to play FIFA, but I feel like we've seen that quite a bit today. Players rushing because they think that defenders are going to get to them quicker, and actually you've got more time.
Yeah, it's very easy for us in hindsight to say what could have been done, but in the moment, very difficult to make those instant decisions.
He's Shawrey now. It's going to be a penalty.
Gorilla not happy with it. Doesn't know
I think it's a penalty. It looked like it was in the box.
Yeah, it did look like it was in the box. It's going to be a yellow card for Van Dijk as well.
That's an extremely harsh penalty right there.
But it had that kind of roar from the crowd that it was going to be a penalty.
I think we might see a replay here.
Yeah, it's going to be a penalty. Shawrey back to the penalty spot. Has to step up. Has to be composed. It's saved.
Shawrey might be one of the worst penalty takers I've seen.
He's timed it green at least. But all Gorilla had to do was watch the head movement there. And I said it yesterday, and I was talking to Zelonius about it as well. Some of the players, they have bigger hair.
Yep.
It's harder to see the head movement.
Gorilla straight back down the other end after saving that penalty. Looking to try and score the first goal in this game. This is game number 3 if you have just joined us. Gorilla won the first game in normal time, and it was a penalty shootout win for Shawrey in game number 2. It's 2 penalties as well that Gorilla has gave away in the last 2 games, but during normal time, he just seems to struggle to score a penalty to Shawrey.
I mean, the chat right now, hashtag Harry, saying that he's one of the worst penalty takers he's ever seen play FIFA. Shawrey.
I mean, not many people are good at penalties, except maybe Chihan, who
missed like 1 in 2 penalty shootouts.
Andrea Pirlo trying to use that new composure touch for FIFA 20. Get to see him try and bend one in though from the edge of the box. Dalglish saw the idea, but again, Shawrey defending really well at the moment.
people saying Hullet doesn't have the problem yet. Hullet's big hair gets in the way. It's hard to see the head movement. But even so, you saw that Shawrey was like flicking the aimer left to right to try and bait the head movement. And he just committed too much to the right too early a little bit, and I think it was easy for Gorilla to spot. Either that or Gorilla just guessed correctly.
Here comes Cruyff now. Chance for him to drive forward. Well matched up once again from Rafael Varane. And a big switch of play all the way to Ferland Mendy.
Potentially could be in there down the line.
Ronaldo, play the one more, surely. Oh, if it was around the right side of the goalkeeper, that could have been potentially another penalty. Gorilla's keeper able just to come out and snatch that though. Off Shawrey's feet. Mohamed Salah, accelerated fake shot around his man, out for a corner. Gorilla getting frustrated there, you could see exactly what he wanted to do. We see a corner hit right into the box though, directly. No, played short once again. As far as Cuadrado.
Seems like both of these two sort of cancelling each other out in the attacking sense. The only real chance we've seen, that's a very good through ball, but Kante just getting a toe on it to send it back to the keeper.
Nearly at half-time in this third match. Still no goals to talk about, just the penalty miss from Shawrey. Just remember, the third and final matchup in the round of 16. If you win your game, you will go through to the knockouts tomorrow. Oh, wow. That was special.
It's what happens when you give space to a player like Dalglish. You can bang him in. It's the space that Gorilla's been searching for so desperately, but Shawrey's been able to keep tight, usually. That's an interesting attempt.
That 5-star weak foot for Kenny Dalglish. Left foot, right foot, just whipped it into that top corner. And it's not been a game of many chances, but Shawrey potentially ruined that penalty miss right now.
It's one of them, though, he can't dwell on it. He has to move on into the next 45 minutes. As you can see, our next match after this is going to be Maestro against Enrajek. Two more huge FIFA players in the competitive FIFA scene. Both grand finalists last year. And both players obviously qualifying themselves for the first FUT Champions Cup of the year. You could see the replay again there, the goal that he scored. As you were saying, Dan, he just needs to try and find that space. Both players are hunting for that area on the edge of the box where you know you can let a finesse try and bend its way into the goal.
Visibly nervous is Shawrey, though. Physically shaking at the hand. You could see it when he was kind of twitching with his glasses, his headphones. Still has plenty of time. It's not easy. It's a very pressured environment being a FIFA pro.
There's that one more ball. This is his chance. That touch let him down, didn't it?
Yeah, that wasn't really Shawrey's fault, to be honest.
It was almost like the touch got stuck behind him. He got stuck in the mud. And then the finesse shot, no power being able to generate on it.
We've still got 5 more matches to come up after this one. So that's 5 best of 3s if we need to go to the third game.
It's those situations where, like, the player makes a poor touch, it's how you react to it. As soon as he saw that poor touch, he still tried to shoot, and it didn't really work out for him. Maybe he'd already pressed the shoot button and then the touch was gone. Could he have seen the poor touch and then changed his decision? Probably not. As I say, I think it was more down to the in-game player rather than Shawrey himself.
And that was brilliant from Cruyff. Oh no, it's going to fall back to Dalglish. That could have been a mistake and nearly a goal as well if it wasn't from some superb goalkeeping. You've got to think if Gorilla will score again, it's going to be so hard for Shawrey to get back into it. Whoever wins this will progress through to tomorrow.
I mean, a 2-goal cushion is what all these games have been crying out for, because they are just so close, and I feel it's going to be so tough if you have to try and just send everything towards your opponent.
Good defending again then. Just reading the danger. Now that threaded through ball is on down the line for Mr. Johan Cruyff. Interesting champion player for Gorilla to use. However, it's been very impressive.
He's been that player that's really got things going for him. Dalglish trying to create something there. Reese could do nothing more than just parry it away for a corner. Just under 30 minutes left. If Gorilla can hold on to this, he will progress through to the quarterfinals. As we said, so many more games still to come up. 5 more matches. Obviously, we've got Maestro and Rajek next. Then we have later in the day the likes of Megabit against Dolomite. The last game of the day, Lev Vinken against Ajax Danny. That's just a few of them.
I mean, to be fair, like, the names we've had in this final 16 and the matchups we're going to get in the final 8 as well. Considering this is like a pre-season invitational, the DraftStory Cup, we have been lucky to see some of the best players in the world. I know a lot of people have been saying, well, where's Tex, where's Nicholas? And you've got to remember that some players may have been busy.
Some players as well.
And we've also got to remember it's a PlayStation tournament. They are playing on PlayStation.
PlayStation tournament, and also for some players the main incentive is the Global Series ranking points. So if this tournament isn't up for Global Series ranking points, simply just might not interest them.
We're happy just to keep possession in and around his box.
It's a little bit risky. Oh, failed Mendy.
Happy to keep that on. Just about. That could have been a great ball if it wasn't so heavy. Paused cue by one of these two, I'm presuming it has been Shawrey. Try and get some fresh legs on. He goes down, waved away, and he penalty shouts.
There's a couple of weird dragbacks from Shawrey, and I mean, he's laughing about it because I think he knows they're unnecessary. Just over 15 minutes and time for some changes. Who have you got on the bench? Salah, going to come on for Mane.
It's not a bad change, is it?
Liverpool for Liverpool.
17 minutes left. Mo Salah coming on. The game changer potentially that Salah could be. To try and take us to extra time again. For hashtag Shawrey.
On the other side, we just see Gorilla Making a change or two, if anything, just some fresh legs in the midfield for him, if he believes he needs it. She said Mohamed Salah on for Mane. On the other side, I don't think we've actually seen any changes at all. Looks like Quadrado actually could be in a centre midfield role. Cruyff out wide on the right-hand side. Cruyff now. Into Quadrado. Watch that cut back. Tries to play it straight into Dalglish.
Not sure where we were aiming for that pass there, but I thought Cruyff was the man that he'd probably wanting to pick out, Dan.
I think so. Either way, Lenglet's made one hell of a sliding tackle to stop any sort of cutback.
Ronaldo. So he was backed over Pirlo in this matchup. As we know, he brought in Vieira as one of his champion picks. Did Shawrey, that pushed out Pirlo, and he would join that midfield alongside Ronaldo. Ronaldo just lurking around the edge of the box, wanting to get on it, needs to make something happen. It's open, Shawrey has to finish it, yeah. Had to take that chance, had to put it in the back of the net, and it was about time.
Still a chance for Shawrey now to take this entire series, and it just was down to clinical finishing, just being calm. You saw how he was dancing around at the edge of the box. There was 3 players sat in front of him, and he had Vieira. Vieira has been a little bit clunky on the ball today, hasn't been able to get the ball away from his feet. Shawrey was patient, waited for the right pass, a couple of 1-2s, and then the space was presented to him. Gorilla, who has defended so well throughout the entire game, unfortunately just couldn't keep up with that one, couldn't stop the run from Pele.
You see the 4-1-4-1 of Gorilla there. Pirlo holding with Quadrado as a centre mid. Then the 4-4-1-1. Pele. Big goal. Lovely build-up play and slotted past Gorilla's goalkeeper. 8 minutes left before extra time. Potentially going to be called into action again.
I was going to say, you can see in the chat, people already saying odds on a PK shootout, penalty shootout, coming into play again. Can you imagine? Still going to have 30 minutes left. If this will go to extra time, there is enough time left for a last-minute winner.
And also people making questions of what is a pro. Is Shawrey a pro? Well, I mean, what would you consider a pro player? Someone who is contracted and paid to play? I would say that's a professional.
I think the best Twitch comment that I just saw in the last 30 seconds, if it goes to penalties, let Wes take him.
Shawrey's been timing them though. Like, a lot of players I've seen at this tournament, when they've taken penalties, they're not actually timing them, they're just taking the chance.
Mendy with a huge switch of play. Luckily worked out for Shawrey. We could get the last chance of the game. It's just offside. Didn't play that ball though, played to Pele instead. Giving away possession. Can he turn it around again? Yes, he can. Cancelo now. Oh, this could be huge. Needs that runner off the ball. He's waiting for it for Cristiano Ronaldo. Pele, drag backs. Trying to open up some sort of space, and Ronaldo, you could just see he's a little bit tired. We're going to go into 30 more minutes now in extra time. You have to give Shawrey credit. Never gave up, waited for that chance. 80-something minute, I believe he got it early 80th minute. Now we're into another extra time again.
There's not really been a lot to separate these two players. A couple of missed penalties here and there. Mistake from one or two of them. Some really good FIFA as well sprinkled in there, and it's setting us up for 30 minutes of extra time. If we don't have a winner after that, a penalty shootout to face Maestro or Nicolas Razek in the quarterfinals.
"30 more minutes." We saw the clear nerves from Shawrey when he was a goal down. Maybe an equaliser here has settled those nerves ever so slightly. Even though Shawrey has been competing for a decent amount of time, he's still a relatively new face in the scene if you compare him to the likes of Gorilla. An absolute seasoned veteran. It's just another day in the office for him. What a huge win it could be for Shawrey and for Hashtag United.
And also, before we've even got into the first FUT Champions Cup of the year as well. minutes into the extra time period already. Let's not forget that we did go to a golden goal last game. Sorry, golden goal? A penalty shootout last game. I mean, a golden goal would be interesting to see. Just failed to clear the ball, Shawrey. Chance for Gorilla, he's got past one man. Quadrado saw the idea. It was actually Pirlo that was waiting just on that 6-yard box to tap it in.
Lovely Elastico inside the box.
Going to get another chance, that would have been blazed over the bar. And Shawrey able to retain possession and his chance to go forward. You saw the run off the ball. Unfortunately played on the ground. If it was in the air, it could have been a different story.
A bit of a rush pass, but Shawrey has had a fairly good success rate with some of these long through balls past the defenders. Because in this tournament, chemistry styles have to be basic, a lot of these defenders are being very much outpaced by some of these speedy strikers.
That runner. Can Ronaldo find him? Can Ronaldo cut it back? He's going to look for it, surely. The timing of it has to be perfect, though. Ronaldo. Still in possession, somehow dragged back into a finish, maybe. No. Van Dijk in the way once again.
I tell you what, both players have done so well there. I mean, Gorilla's done so well to be patient, not dive in. He knew Shawrey wanted to play that across, and Shawrey desperately just using the drag backs to try and bait Gorilla in. Really was a mental battle there, but unfortunately Shawrey just not able to get the shot away. So close to what would have been a brilliant goal.
Dembele into Cruyff.
I feel like this game, it's got a cheap corner there. Has Gorilla. I feel like it's been made of the one-on-one individual battles that each player has had, whether that be Van Dijk in the defensive aspect for Gorilla, the goal that Pele scored, that's a near post. Oh my God, he's got it! He's bounced over him!
Surely that has taken a deflection somewhere through. It's like he's headed it into the ground, and he's bounced over the keeper's head. Saw the reaction from Gorilla. An outpour of emotion. He's headed it down to the ground. Oh, has that just bounced in?
He's headed it into the ground.
With that much power on it.
It bounced. That's Sergio Ramos for you, Dan. Dan, you're speechless. I can see a shake of the head, and I can see no words coming from your mouth.
It's just a shame, really. Like, when you get such a tight game and it to be close margins, like, we know that corners aren't effective, headers aren't effective, and the header was so bad that it's just hit the ground and it's confused the keeper.
It's probably the first header we've actually seen go in
ever
from a corner
this year.
I mean, competitively, I mean, I've seen a few go in weekend league, but that's a tough one for Shawrey. It's a gift for Gorilla. And Shawrey now has 15 minutes to get back into this. He needs to forget about it, just move on. Worry about it afterwards if that's how you lose, but right now, focus on your attack. You're still going to have another chance.
You will have time still to fight back in this game. 15 minutes left as we go into this second half of extra time. What a game this has been. And these two UK FIFA players. Ronaldo, there's your drag back, there's the through ball, has to take this chance! Well played. Well played indeed. To be that composed around the box, he could have easily taken the shot, disguised it, went back the other way, and just put it into that near post.
It's what the game deserved. If I'm honest, it would have been a real shame if it had been a winner from that header. Shawrey, incredible to just focus up, stay composed. Both of his goals have been pure composure, and considering that was one of his main failures in some of these games, is not being composed enough, rushing on the ball. For him to do it when it matters really is a testament to how well he has played.
Now, will we get a winning goal? You score, I score. From the get-go of the second half, from kickoff, Shawrey came out firing, scored the goal. 8 minutes remaining.
Maybe that goal's fired him up as well. Surely not another penalty shootout, gents, to the side of place in the quarterfinals. Pirlo there. Be doing a little bit too much on the ball. Does get fouled. Advantage will be played. Mendy kept possession though for Gorilla. Needing to get back on his feet. Ousmane Dembele, back to Cruyff.
Oh, no.
Still Cruyff somehow. Quadrado trying to turn away from his man.
And just like that, Shawrey can now break away. And these balls down the wing have been deadly for him, but it's just where he goes from here. Sometimes he's ran out of space.
Back to Cancelo. If he scores now, it would be enough to see him through to the quarter-final stages. Every pass has to be perfect from Shawrey. Hill to hill, Mohamed Salah, a ball roll or two in there as well. Just needs that little bit of magic. Falls back to Salah again.
That was such a risky tackle as well, because he lunged in there and just got a toe on the ball.
Oh no.
And it's a penalty shootout.
Penalty shootout again. Up steps Gorilla first with Quadrado. Will go down the middle and it will be saved.
Shawrey's penalties haven't been the best. Can he redeem himself now? Holding it down the middle. Will we see a last-minute change? Bottom left.
Yeah, timed yellow into that bottom left corner. Ousmane Dembele stepping up. Good penalty.
Of course, this is for a spot in the quarter-finals. Chance for Shawrey to go 2-2. Another great penalty.
There we go. Shawrey's starting to improve now. Dalglish to keep Gorilla close in the shootout. That's a big save for Shawrey.
And now Shawrey to really put himself in the driver's seat. Goes left and it's in.
If he misses this, it will be game over. Gorilla steps up, goes down the middle. Score this, Shawrey. You got yourself a quarter-final spot. Up steps Fabinho, no Ronaldo, and he will score. 4 out of 4. Maybe all those penalties across the three legs came to help him in the end. Hashtag Shawrey will knock out Gorilla, and Shawrey will go through to the last 8 here at the DraftStory Cup. Never write off anyone.
Such close margins between two incredible players for it to come down to a penalty shootout for a spot in the quarter-finals. But that means Shawrey will be waiting for the winner of Maestro and Nicholas Razek in those quarter-finals.
Oh my God.
It's going to be a tough one.
Penalty shootouts.
I mean, it's one of them games where you have the headed goal, which on another day doesn't go in. You then have Shawrey coming back. He scored from kickoff. And then the penalties at the end. I feel like Shawrey hit a couple of really good penalties. But then the penalty to win it, for me, the goalkeeper's saving that. The goalkeeper has to save that. It's gone straight down the middle. Shawrey, in the end, gets through. And he's coming to join us on the couch in a couple of seconds. Just going to say GG's to Gorilla. But Shawrey in the quarterfinals.
It goes to show, it's on competitive FIFA, it really can go any way. You know, you might lose your first game. He bounced back in that second match, went to a penalty shootout, went to extra time, did the exact same again in the second leg, and he also missed 2 penalties in the 90 minutes in both games. So, fair play to him. He goes through to the quarterfinals. He'll be either waiting for Razek or Maestro in the quarterfinal tomorrow.
I think either one of them would have been a deserved quarterfinalist. I think they know that, we know that, everyone watching knows that. Both great players, but unfortunately one of them had to win, and it had to come down to penalties just because they couldn't separate themselves. It was so close. I'm really impressed with the composure of Shawrey in those panic situations that a lot of people would have struggled with. He did struggle early on, but he was able to then regain that composure. And I think that just shows that he is a player we have to watch out for in this season.
I say he was shaking a little bit as well during the matches.
I mean,
he was so nervous.
Literally was shaking quite a lot, and that's difficult. When you play any video game, if you are shaking, that is going to affect you. That's going to affect your mechanical skills.
Especially in such a tight margin of a penalty shootout. He clutched it up in the end, Shawrey. He will be moving through to the quarterfinals. If you are just joining us, what we've had so far, we've had T-Mux beating Joksan 2-1, and then Sihan 2-0 on 2 penalty shootouts. And it's come down to another penalty shootout. Tight margins here at the DraftStory Cup II. Shawrey, I believe, is coming to join us on the couch right now. Shawrey, congratulations.
Thanks, mate.
Tight margins in the end.
Yeah.
Talk me through your penalties, because it was an up and down roller coaster, these penalties, throughout all 3 games.
If I talk about penalties, it's like Harry literally just put in the chat then, like, you are the worst penalty taker I've ever seen. He was there like, thank God I've taught you how to save them, which can kind of get me through a penalty shootout. But No, penalties is just a lot of luck, isn't it, really, I think. But just GG's to Gorilla. I think he played an amazing game, especially that first game, you know. I just said to him then, if we were playing like a qualifier like we do at home, like a best of 2, probably deserved to win by a few goals, really, in that first game. But obviously with the best of 3 format, it means you can have a bad game and then come back in the next few games. And the second game, I definitely feel I deserved to win. And the third, I think it was quite 50-50.
Could have gone either way. You were visibly quite nervous at times. Like, you could see yourself shaking. But the goals you did score, very composed, very good goals. How do you compose yourself? When you feel yourself shaking, it's quite hard.
It's a really good question, because it's like that's one of the things I've worked on the most this year. And, you know, like Wes will know, like when he's watched me in qualifiers, is one thing I didn't have last year is once I'd get into the box, I'd just panic and shoot. Whereas now I have a bit more composure and I think to myself, well, is there a better pass on here or something? Which is something, any tip I could give to anyone, but I would say it's something you can't really teach. It's something you have to just learn off playing the game and some composure kind of thing.
I was going to say, one question for me is that, you know, last year you kind of started your competitive FIFA journey, and then coming into FIFA 20 now, you compete in a previous world champion. I know it's in a draft format, it's not for Global Series ranking points, but going into the FIFA 20 year, games like that are going to give you confidence, surely?
Yeah, I think when you're playing against a top pro like Gorilla, experience like that is like very key. And you know, I've played obviously a lot of other big series before. I've played like when I played that top 8 game in Bucharest against Rasek, like that was just such an amazing moment. And the one before that when I won the penalties. But yeah, I think all these little events are just great experience you can just take forward. And yeah, now there's some money to be won. So
I mean, speaking of Rasek, it's going to be Rasek versus Maestro. You will play the winner. Feeling confident against either of those opponents?
I think you can get a nicer draw than that. 2 of probably the best players in the whole world. But I think I just have to play myself. I'm very confident in my own ability this year. Like I think I was quite unlucky to not make the first event, and I'm confident going into the next qualifier. So yeah, I think I basically back myself to beat anyone on my day as long as I play well. So yeah, hopefully I'll play well.
And the last question, obviously, you chose to use one of your champions, Vieira, to push out Perlo. We thought you were going to push out Wijnaldum. What was the thinking behind that?
Basically, if you look at Perlo's, basically it didn't affect the chemistry at all. And Vieira, I had Hullet the whole group stages, so having Vieira is basically the same as Hullet. Hullet just has the more attacking, but if we're looking defensively, Vieira's even better than Hullet, probably. So yeah, Wijnaldum, I just think better pace. Perlo has quite poor defending, quite poor physical. So yeah, that was my thinking behind that. And I thought, if I can make it through to this round, now I get to use R9. So
that's true.
It's just great.
Well, it's paid off for you, Shawrey. Congratulations. We'll see you tomorrow for the last 8, whether it's Rasek or Maestro. Obviously, that's the next game coming up. But Shawrey, congratulations.
Cheers, guys.
Thank you, my friend.